Feeding my sister coins. When I am under the influence of these substances, dimenhydrinate, diphenhydramine, I experience an entirely new reality. This is not the cool, trippy reality I look for in mushrooms or LSD. It is an entirely believable reality, which I cannot distinguish from the real reality. Things I would never do in reality seem perfectly normal while under the influence of dimenhydrinate or diphenhydramine. I forget where I heard it from, possibly the internet or one of my friends, but I found out that you could trip out after taking excessive doses of over-the-counter Dramamine. So one night after work I was looking for a way to get fucked up, but having just got out of intensive drug rehabilitation, I was subject to a bi-weekly drug test, blood draw, and urine sample, so I couldn't really do any normal drugs. Thus, my interest in the abuse of over-the-counter pharmaceuticals had developed. Anyway, after a hard night of work, I started to leave. It was roughly around 3 a.m., and I was looking to get fucked up. I dropped into the local store and picked up a box of 24 orange chewable Dramamine tablets, along with the usual 2 boxes of quercetin that I routinely acquired. I arrived at home around 3:30 a.m. and I immediately crunched up all 24 Dramamine tablets, which had a pretty decent taste when down with grape soda. I then waited for the effects to kick in. I'm not sure why, but it took about 2 hours for anything noticeable to happen. My memory is extremely shoddy, but here's what happened according to what I remember during the trip and after, as well as my mother, brother, and sister said happened. 2 hours in, I started talking to people that weren't present. I remember seeing a girl that I recently had a relationship with, Tina. I thought Tina was really in my house, and I kept asking her to go downstairs with me, as I was in my room upstairs at the time, but every time I went to grab her hand or touch her, she would vanish. This seemed perfectly normal to me at the time, and I did not question the laws of science when someone completely vanished in front of my eyes. 2 hours 30 minutes in, I was in my room and I started thinking about Great Times, a place that has jungle gyms for kids and ball pits, arcade games, etc. Immediately after thinking about this place, it seemed like my room had transformed into the main lobby of Great Times. My dresser had turned into a coin-changing machine, and the hallway turned into a ball pit. I remember seeing a bunch of children having a great time there. At this point, my sister came into my room after hearing me yell and laugh, and I asked her if she would want to play Legos with me. I do not know why this popped into my mind, but it seemed perfectly normal. My sister, 12 years old, didn't know I was obviously intoxicated and decided she would like to play Legos with me when I asked her. She got the Legos out, and apparently I reached for the change on my dresser and started feeding her coins as she was laughing. It seemed completely normal. I remember putting coins in my sister's mouth as she laughed at me, thinking I was trying to be funny. My memory fades out at that point. 3 hours in, I remember changing from my work clothes to 2 pairs of boxers, 3 socks on each feet, blue jeans, a red t-shirt, a gray sweatshirt, and a winter coat. I told my sister I was going to play in the snow. It was in the month of April, by the way, and that she should come out with me. I got up to go to my door when I completely forgot what the hell I was doing. I didn't try to remember what I was doing, I just simply went on to something else. 3 hours 30 minutes in, I went back to my bed and sat down. My jeans have a hole in the knees, the kind of vintage look I like to purchase when I shop. All of a sudden, I remember yelling that there was a huge beetle running around in my jeans and that it was trying to get out. After yelling this, I ran to the bathroom and pulled a package of Band-Aids from the medicine cabinet. I then tried to trap the beetle in my pants by putting Band-Aids on my jeans to cover up the hole. Again, this all seemed completely normal to me. 4 hours in. I don't remember much after that. However, this was the time my mom woke up and came to see what all the noise was. Oh boy, my mom immediately knew I was fucked up beyond belief and tried to get me to lay down. I remember telling her that I am due fine, due for you, and I'm fine, and many other incoherent babblings to that effect. I remember her putting me in my bed, and I would try to get back up, but it was very hard because it seemed I was being pulled down, the increased gravity effect, and then my mom left my room to do something. 4 hours 30 minutes in. For some reason, I decide I need a shower, and I go into my bathroom, turn on the shower, and jump in with all the heaps of clothing I was wearing, and just sit there. My mom comes in and takes me out the shower and threatens to take me back to the rehabilitation center. Upon hearing that, I panic and run to my room, saying incoherent things that conveyed my opposition to the rehab center. After that, my mom got me to lay in bed. She had to tell me weird lies she said trick me into laying down, and finally fell asleep. I can only imagine the things that I did I cannot remember while under the influence of Dramamine. It was ultimately entertaining and fun, and I did get fucked up for less than $10 on legal pharmaceuticals.